What's up, Amazon sellers? One of the ways to keep your business financially healthy is by quite simply increasing your profit margin. In this video today, I'm going to share with you some top tips about how you can increase your Amazon FBA profit margin that are going to support you in growing your business. Stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I've been selling on Amazon now doing online arbitrage for the last 5 years. Now in the UK, I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller, check this out, and in the USA, I'm also a 7-figure Amazon seller, check this out, and hopefully I'm going to expand into another marketplace in the near future. And if you're interested in learning how I've done it and what I'm doing, do make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow me on my journey. But hey, enough about me, what are we going to go through today? Well, first things first, number one, let's give you a little bit of a backstory of why we're making this video today. Number two, I want to share with you those 5 ways to increase your profit margin on Amazon. And finally, number 3, I'm going to give you some personal thoughts about what you should be thinking about when approaching this topic. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, let's give you a little bit of a backstory. Why am I making this video? Now look, as you might all know, profit margins quite simply determine how much money you are going to be making from your products once you sold them. Now this represents, we say, a good measure of the overall financial health of your business and should definitely be a key KPI or key metric that you're looking at trying to maintain, if not grow, at all times within your Amazon business. Now that is why, should we say, within my own Amazon business, we are always working to improve this profit margin and, should we say, to make sure that we are not only remaining financially healthy and financially stable, but also as well, should we say, maximize the profitability of our company, but also as well, that is going to help us grow our business going forward. If you are interested in learning about ways to increase your profit margin, then do stay to the end because I'm going to share them all with you in this video today. Okay, so question for you guys, how are you tracking your profits or your profit margin right now? Are you using a special tool, a bit of software, or maybe you're doing it manually on a spreadsheet? Let me know how you're doing it down below. And if you're using some special software, I want to know, perhaps I can learn from you. Drop it in the comments down below. Okay, so this leads me nicely onto my second chapter, and that is the key one that you came here for. It's those 5 ways to increase your profit margins on Amazon. First thing I'm going to say is to use repricing software. Now, as you might all know, should we say, prices are constantly changing within the Amazon marketplace. Now, this is why you need, should we say, repricing software, which is going to keep your prices up to date versus the competition on the Amazon marketplace to ensure that you remain competitive. Now, you might be asking, what do repricers do? Well, quite simply, repricers are going to allow or automatically change a seller's price, your price of a product, and it's going to lower it or increase it in pretty much within 15 minutes of any change on the Amazon marketplace, depending on your pricing strategy, and it will do that, should we say, to support you in growing your business. Now, with that being said, using repricing softwares can help you, should we say, maximize your profitability within your business. Should we say, if there is, should we say, a competitor who's priced higher, it will probably increase your price if you set it up correctly, but also as well, it will protect your prices if another competitor goes too low, and it will hold your price high, and obviously not go below a minimum. Now, what I will say is that when, should we say, using a repricing software, do make sure that you are still monitoring your prices of that repricing software. Why? Because it is inevitable that at times you might accidentally set it up wrong, or perhaps there could be errors within the repricer itself, or maybe something's gone on. So do make sure you are checking that, should we say, the sales, what's going on with the repricer on a regular basis, just to make sure you know it's doing what it should be doing and it's working as you expected and not losing you money. Now, I can go on and on about what repricing software is and everything you need to know about it, but I think let's keep this video short and actually let's link to another video that I created before called 3 months worth of free repricing software, and I'll drop it up there. And that's talking about how to get that and also about what you can do to daisy chain different repricers to really help you maximize the, should we say, the ROI for you. And what I mean by that, you're not buying it, you're using the trials, but you're getting 3 months free. Check that link out up above, check out that video. Now, this leads me nicely onto my second top tip for you. This is quite simply to use cashback. Now, you might be asking, what is cashback? Well, basically, cashback is when you buy something, you're going to get a percentage of the money you've already spent coming back to you in the form of cash. Normally, should we say, a few months later, hence the term cash back. Now, there are different types of cashback, and should we say one of the cashback websites we use within my own business quite regularly in both the UK and the USA is a company called Top Cashback. I'll drop a link down below. But also in the UK, we use things like Quidco, Rakuten in, should we say, the US. And quite simply, these, should we say, suppliers, these, should we say, cashback providers, what do? Well, they work directly with the shops that you're buying from, the suppliers, the manufacturer, should we say. And when you go and buy that product from their website, what's going to happen is that you're going to use a special link that they provide you. That link is going to allow them to track that purchase, and in turn they're going to go back to the supplier or the manufacturer and say, hey, we've sold X number of this and here's how much we spent, and they're going to get a percentage of that spend back for them, call it, should we say, a couple of percent. And then what they're going to then do is share a percentage of that, a proportion of that, with you in the form of cashback. Now, with all that being said, and you can do this with all your purchases, what you can do is you can start to build up quite a healthy chunk of the amount you spent coming back to you, which is obviously going to decrease your cost of goods and increase your profit margin, because that's going to really help you out. Now, cashback can do things like covering your cost of shipping, but also when you're buying more and more, it can really help out. And you can even convert it in reward points, which I love as well, if you're not going to do it on the margin impact. For example, with those reward points in my business, I managed to travel first class, which I absolutely loved, because hey, it's just one of the perks of owning your own business and obviously growing it profitably as well. Now, if you want to learn more about using cashback, I'll drop a link up here to a video I created previously on how to make more money using cashback. Check that out. I think you'll really love it. Now, the third way I'm going to recommend for you is to use voucher codes. Now, quite simply, finding products that are profitable on Amazon is a great thing. We absolutely love it. But you know what's better? Is to find a product which is already profitable and then getting that product at a much lower price. That is much better. Well, because quite simply, by getting a discount on the price we are paying for our products, the cost of goods, we are now going to be able to get more profits when we resell them. Hence, more money. Now, you might be asking, what are voucher codes? Voucher codes give you a special offer, should we say, to buy those products. Should say manufacturers want to do it because they're going to give out that voucher codes. And with those special offers, you're obviously going to reduce the price of the product you're buying. And that really helps you in decreasing your cost of goods and hence increasing your, should we say, net profits within your business. Now, what I will say is that there are different, should we say, Chrome extensions and websites that all provide cashback, which can really support you. Things such as Honey, Pouch, Slick Deals, Coupon Follow, and so many more. So what I will say for you is if you can find voucher codes which work, should we say, already at a discounted price from these Chrome extensions or websites, then do make sure you're using them, get money off, and hence making more money for you as well. Now, if you want to know how to use voucher codes when sourcing and, should we say, helping you to make better margins and increase your profitability whilst reselling on Amazon, I'll drop a video up above called Voucher Code Sourcing Step-by-Step Tutorial. Check that out. Now, the fourth way to increase your profits within Amazon is to look for other suppliers that sell the same product you're currently selling, but guess what? Cheaper. And you can even do that by going wholesale. Now, you might be asking, why look for suppliers that offer the same product or even go wholesale? Well, quite simply, because this gives you a massive discount since you're going to be ordering, number one, you know it sells, so you're hence now going to be buying more of it, but also as well, by buying more, you generally get a bit of a discount as well, which is only going to help you. Now, what we practice in our Amazon business is that when we get, should we say, top selling products, or even our top products that we really like, we do try and look for other suppliers of them, should we say, in the retail space, but also perhaps in the wholesale space, and even reaching out to the manufacturer directly to see if we can buy in bulk and negotiate a better price. Now, this really helps us with our margin and profitability. But aside from, should we say, negotiating prices and asking for discounts, what I do recommend also as well is ask if they offer a business account. Why? Because business accounts have a different price than retail price, and they can offer at much lower prices as well. But also as well, you know, if you're in the EU, getting things like the VAT back is so much easier because you're just going to get those VAT invoices straight away from business accounts, whereas on personal, you have to go and ask for it, which is a lot more administration. Now, that is going to be, should we say, really beneficial. Now, the one thing which I will say is just be mindful, some suppliers don't like people buying in bulk for the purposes of resale or even for the purpose of the business, and they may cancel your orders when they stop. So just be careful. Perhaps maybe ask from a different email address or a different company to start with if they have the business account, and if they say yes, then perhaps maybe you can buy from your main one. If not, they'll say, no, we're not doing it, we don't allow it, we're going to close your account. And then at least that way you're not linked to your existing account where you're already buying stock, which is working for you. Just be mindful that there is a double-edged sword. Now, the fifth and the final way is to sell your fast-moving products, and it's actually to hold your prices. Now, what I will say is that holding prices is super applicable to fast-selling items. Now, why do I say this? Well, because when we're selling on the Amazon marketplace, is the fact that we're competing against other sellers. Now, if we have 3 or 4 sellers who are all on the same listing and they are all matching the buy box together, fantastic. But what if one seller decides to stay penny underpriced to 1 cent underprice the product? Well, that means everyone else is going down. Now, that can cause a massive impact upon your profitability because your prices are going to join them as they reduce their price. But what you're looking at doing is saying, actually, this is a fast selling item. Regardless of whether I lose sales for a week, I can let that person who's, should we say, going down, they can just sell through. I'm going to leave them to it, and I'm going to hold my price higher because I'm only going to be waiting a few days, maybe a week or two at tops, and then my product's going to be the cheapest one, and I'm now going to sell at my product. Now, by doing this simple trick, by setting min prices, by holding our prices high, especially for fast selling lines, anything under about 20,000, what we're able to do is increase our profit margins and our profit for our products. And this is because instead of dropping our prices and being involved in the price tanking or following price tanking down, which loses us money, we're actually holding our prices and obviously now able to sell at a higher price and making more profits. Now, what I will say is if you want to learn more about price tanking and what you can do, then I will drop a video up above called 6 of the most effective ways to fight price tanking on Amazon. That's going to really help you out. Now, the one thing which I will say is selling on Amazon is a game of numbers. Finding enough profitable products to buy is a hard thing, but also getting them onto Amazon, getting them selling. Now, in my business, we really like fast selling products. Why? We can buy more bulk generally, but also as well, we can do that holding your price strategy, which really helps out. Now, if you're interested, or should we say, if you're struggling actually looking for products and you can't find enough right now, and maybe you want to find some more products, whether you be ungated or looking for fast selling items, do check out FastTrackFBA online arbitrage deals. This is a service I created whereby you can have access to the exact deals that my team are finding. This is in both the USA and the UK, both 7-figure Amazon stores. We share those deals with you as, should we say, online arbitrage customers for myself within FastTrackFBA. What we do is basically every single one of our deals we put up onto our web platform. You can come in, you buy tokens, and you can browse every single deal that you like, looking at the ROI, the sales, etc., seeing how well it works. Now, we limit the UK to only 5. In the USA, we only limit to 10 competition. Why? Because we don't want to crash the listings. We want to make sure that everyone can share in the profitability with it as well. Now, you might be asking, why are we doing this? Well, number one, we want to help you out. And number two, we can't always buy as much as we want. Sometimes the supply will limit us, but we can share that information with you and we can all share in the success of those deals. If you are interested in learning more about FastTrackFBA online arbitrage deals, have a look at the link down below. Honestly, that's going to really help you out. Now, this leads me nicely onto my third and final chapter, which is personal thoughts for you. Now, what I'm going to say for you is that we've been trying to improve our profit margin, pretty much every month since I started. Why? Because this is so important to, should we say, making the hard work that we do into making it worthwhile and to growing our business. Now, the one top tip I'd really say to you, and we're doing it time and time again, we're doing it so much actually, we hired someone full time just to do this. Why? Because we have 2 7-figure businesses, is the fact that we are, should we say, always reviewing our prices and we are constantly looking at the, should we say, should we hold? Now, there is a saying, make your money when you buy. And I think that is so true. When you're doing your analysis, when you're doing your purchasing, do great analysis of your products at the point of purchase. Use cashback, use voucher codes, absolutely love it. But you can also maximize profitability, or should we say, potentially stop losing money just by making sure you got your prices set up correctly, making sure a point of rechecking those products every single day, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, checking what's selling, seeing what's happened and seeing what's not selling and seeing how you should change that repricer. Now, I cannot stress that enough. We actually have someone doing this full time, our repricing analyst, and they are seeing big wins within our business. And that is an area that we've really focused on. So for you, make a top tip every single day, checking your sales, what's going on, and seeing, have you actually set the right price? And are you following a price tanker, or are you holding your prices up high and keeping all of that profit coming in nicely? Now, what I will say is after, should we say, understanding the ways to increase your profit margin, you might want to consider watching a video I created previously called What Should Be Your ROI, which is such an important part of online arbitrage. And I'll put that video around here. Check that out. I think it's going to really help you in understanding profitability within your business. Now, what I will say is hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below. But for myself, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.